With the world, welcome back to another episode of COSIGN Conversations Podcast, where we interview entrepreneurs, creators, executives, individuals that we co-sign and want to share with our community. I know it's been a minute, but we got about 4 or 5 episodes in the pipeline. Had to bring my guy Xavier back. My G, how you doing?
I'm doing great, bro. I'm glad to be here, man. You know,
man, this one's gonna be another one, man.
Yeah.
You had me on your platform twice last time, man. It went crazy. You talk about networking, discernment, man. We had a lot to get off our chest.
A whole lot. To this day, every now and then, we still be like, man.
Nah, for real, man. But I wanted to bring you back on the episode today, man, because I noticed as the more I've been getting heavy to this business, man, I've been seeing like changes in myself, like as an entrepreneur, as a man, as a father.
Facts.
And it's crazy because I've been seeing different changes in you too. Like I think not too long ago, you posted, it was a TikTok or it was a reel about like me in 2020 and then 2025, and it showed like the growth, even like how you dress and how you carried yourself, man. And I kind of want to talk to the men out there, like how'd you allude to that, right? Because 2020 was 5 years ago. 2015 wasn't that long ago, man. And you know, you've grown and elevated and so much as a man, as a businessman, as a father. So kind of talk to us about like the evolution of Xavier.
Man, bro, that's deep, bro. And I'm gonna put it in the most simplest terms I can. You know, life is all about challenges, things you face. And you may be one phase of life where you got certain beliefs, you got certain actions and scheduling and all that. And then certain things that happen, it could be L's, it could be wins, but certain things that change you. Yeah. And for me, it was a culmination of many things. Like it was weird because I became a father, I became a husband, and I took big L's all around the same time.
Damn.
So it was like all that at once. Like even if you experience one of those things just alone, it's a lot. But when you're doing all those things at once, it's life changing.
For sure.
It'll change you. Even if you don't want to, you're not gonna be the same person experiencing all three of those things. So that was really the main thing for me personally. Like in 2020, I always talk about 2020, 2021. I was kicking it, bro. I'm like, I'm having a ball. I'm enjoying myself. I done worked hard, enjoying my money. But then you only do that for so long, right? Before it's like, all right, how many clubs, how many bottles can I pop? Yeah. How many clubs can I go to? How much fashion clothes I can really buy? Yeah. After a while, it don't matter. So yeah, that's like the simplest way I could put it.
Nah, for sure, man. I know a lot of people talk about like how fatherhood, how marriage changes them, but one thing I don't hear a lot about, which I want to talk about first, is you already alluded to it, man. You took a couple L's. Yeah. And that'll humble you quick.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So like, when you took those L's, man, like what did it force you to do? Like, how'd you bounce back from those?
Man, it's a what they call what's the stages of grief? I'm just
like the 7 stages.
The 7 stages.
Something like that. Yeah.
I'm just being real. Like this, it's really that process, especially when it's money.
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes you can take L's. Like I hear people talk about like taking money L's, but it'd be like money they could have made, potential money. Yeah. And that's L's. Them L's too. Right. But it was money that was your cash, yours in your account. You take L's on, it hit you a little different, I think. And it is a stage of grief. It's a stage where you just like a mute. You just don't even know how to react. You just silent. You like, damn, how did this happen? Yeah. And then you know how it happened, and you just playing back all these different things and like, damn, I should have known better. I could have did this instead. So and then you go from that to just being mad. You go from sad to mad to depressed. It's just, but it takes time to work all through that. But I would say the key thing though, for people that may have been experiencing something like this, is you gotta have like a tunnel vision with it and keep the main thing, and they don't lose sight of like what you trying to do. Cause it could easily, it can deter you to like, man, I'm giving up, man. This ain't it. But you gotta keep going no matter what.
So was your L's, okay, put it this way, like the L that we both took, right? That L was me trying to branch off and do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, was the L's you took, was it the same thing? Like, it wasn't your normal aspect of business and you like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna try this, and then you took the L's, or was it a combination of all that?
It was a combination of everything. Like the biggest L was something that it ain't had nothing to do with my business. It was like me trying to venture, doing extra shit.
Yeah.
It ain't had I could have just left that alone, but then there was other L's that did have to do with my business. I took real estate L's. This was around the same time the stock market was tanking. So I lost a lot. I was losing like a lot of money at one time.
Yeah.
And that shit hit you like it just, when it hit. For and people warn, like, when you start a business, people always tell you, especially people that's been in business way before you, they always, it's like on support each other shit. And one day you gonna have a time where you be like, man, that shit ain't gonna happen to me.
I'm up.
I'm gonna have all my stuff right. It ain't gonna happen to me, but it's gonna happen. Man. Everybody go through it.
Yeah.
But it's all on how you bounce back from it. That's what makes you, I think. I feel like, what you think about this? Because we both then took massive L's.
Yeah.
I feel like the response, I feel like when you don't really know if you're an entrepreneur until you take the L. Because it's easy, in my opinion, it's easy to be like, I'm an entrepreneur when everything is going right. You ain't having no hiccups, no road bumps. It's easy to be like, I'm an entrepreneur. I love this, but do you love it when everything is going bad?
Man, you know what is crazy and it's difficult for me to like still comprehend and grasp, bro, is what's crazy is the major L I took, like you said, had nothing to do with my business. Exactly. So it's like, I didn't even know how to bounce back, because it's like, bro, this has nothing to do with my business. Like, I did everything right in my business. It was me trying to do some other shit. I don't want to say get greedy, but trying to do some other shit, and I lost a lot of money. So it's like, now that's affecting my business, because I'm like, bro, I'm hurt. Like, I don't want to do nothing. I can't think.
Yeah, but you still got a business to run.
I still got a business to run. So it's like, man, that shit hurt me so much, bro. And then like, what's crazy is when you lose a lot of money, bro, you start thinking about it, like about little stuff you did. Like, man, I wish I didn't do that.
Right. Damn, man. I was going out to eat every day, man. I shouldn't even did that shit.
Bro, I remember one time, this shit, it always hits me, bro. Summer was crazy, bro. We went to a day party. My guy Ziggy here in the background, he was with me. He was part of the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, Ziggy's on you.
He was part of the problem, bro. We went to a day party. They had me hosting, whatever hosting is, you know what I'm saying? They give me a little budget. They were like, bro, 500, do whatever you want. So I'm like, bitch, it's a chill day, bro. So I'm like, shit, I had a homie, Ziggy's with me. My homie came in town from Killeen. I'm like, all right, bro, like, listen to some brunch vibes, man. Y'all get whatever, bro. We got 500. You know what I'm saying? It's chilling. Then it went from that to, let's get a couple shots, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's early. Took a couple shots. And then like people started to come, so we playing games. I'm like, all right, let's take another shot. We playing Uno. Bet if you lose, you take a shot.
Oh shit, I see where it's going.
What was it, 100?
It was
100 shots? It was 100 shots, bro.
Y'all got 100 shots?
They're doing 100 shots, bro. That bill came, X.
How much was it?
It was like what, about 3 bands? It was about 3 bands off of shots.
Hold on, who was y'all drinking shots with?
I don't even know, bro. I got so lit, it got to a point where I'm just like, run it. I don't even know who getting the shots, bro.
What?
I would say this though. Ziggy did come up to me one time, like, hey, bro, we gotta chill. I'm like, chill? Bro, we up.
That's how I be though.
Bro, it's a Sunday fun day. My homie in town from Killeen, he don't really do nothing, bro. He work in the warehouse. I'm like, we lit.
100 shots, bro.
100 shots, bro. Like I was like 500. I'm like, I could spend 1,000. I matched the 500.
Right.
That shit came up to 3. I said, whew.
Sobered you up quick. Nigga got sober quick. Like, oh,
quick.
Shit,
I'm like, 3 bands ain't a lot when you like, damn.
No. When you ain't expecting
that, bro, on a Sunday fun day, during the day, no bottles, bro.
When you ain't even have to spend nothing.
I was good. 500 could have took care of all of us, bro.
Facts.
But you just getting that feeling when you like, bro, I'm good.
You in that mode.
Yeah, bro. Now I always think back to that. I'm like, bro, that 3 bands right there, I could have.
That's why I don't even go out no more, bro. Because I already know, like, you could easily have a couple drinks. Mm-hmm. You feeling good. You like, come on, let's go. Let's go. Yeah. I'll be trying to avoid all that.
That's how it happens, man. But speaking about the going out, man, it's like a double-edged sword, because like, bro, I know, you're doing good in business, I'm doing good in business, but we still want to grow.
Facts.
And in order to grow, you got to network, man. So it's like, and we talked about this on your episode, but it's like, man, how do you continue to build, your profile, your social profile, business profile, being secluded?
It's real, bro. Because I don't know if this will work for everybody, but for me personally, I learned with me, I work best when it comes to that. If I'm like taking breaks. Because I'm the type of person, like, my social battery run, like, if I'm around a bunch of people, it make me exhausted. I learned this doing events. You know how it goes. A bunch of people talking, you be tired. You like, yo, I don't want to go out. I don't want to see another person for a week. But when I take a little break, like not doing a lot of events, just chilling to myself, then I come back, I can do it. But if I'm always trying to go to events, always trying to network and meet people, it ain't really for me, because I ain't going to accomplish much just because my energy not going to be right. So I know I just need like little gaps in between where I'm just focused doing the day-to-day work that doesn't require me talking to a bunch of people. Then I'm popping out doing different events and stuff like that. But that probably don't work for everybody. I think people got to figure out who they are as a person.
Nah, for sure.
And what works best for them.
Yeah, man. But how did you build your like your profile on a national base, right? Because you're not from here. You've been here a couple of years, but it's like, man, you speaking in conferences in Chicago. And that's where you're from, but Chicago. I just saw you went to buddies in like Nashville. So like, how do you build like those foundational relationships to where you good in every city, or people know your brand all over, and not just in Dallas? 'Cause a lot of people try to go outside, but they get stuck building in Dallas and don't become a bigger brand.
I think it's just building networks over the years with different people in all types of industries. That was always the main thing of my life. I don't want to just be in a box with a specific industry. I want to meet people and network in all industries. And then social media is so powerful, well, it was easy to do it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, especially when you doing this podcasting, you could just hit some who don't want to talk about themselves. Especially if they're going to be promoting something. Hey, you want to come on my podcast? All right. And you do that so much over the years. It's like, now I built this such a strong network where now when they doing something, whether it's an event, they're like, hey, I want you to come do my event. So it's just doing this over the years, just building a network. That's all.
Nah, that's solid, man. You started off doing nothing but audio. Do you kind of like, I know audio is probably easier because you ain't had to do it in person.
Facts. It was way easier, bro. I remember, bro, I ain't gonna lie. It was one point I was doing like 2 episodes a day. I had so much content. I think I could stop making content and have enough content to post for 8 months with like dropping 3 times a week.
Man.
If I just, that's when I was not doing video at all. Because it was easy.
Yeah, shit. All you gotta do is you go on the platform, send a link,
they hop on. It was so easy, bro. But when you're doing this, it's a little bit, make it a little bit more harder. But this is more, how can I put it? It's more exposure doing it this way, because you can't post no audio clips on Instagram.
People want to see you.
They're gonna be like,
I'm like, what?
It's gonna look crazy. They want to see it. So this will blow you up for real,
man. I'm gonna put you on the spot, bro, because I've been going to I've been doing these workshops and working on these one-liners, bro. What's your pitch? You know what I'm saying? So like, for people who don't know you, entrepreneurs that don't know you, like, let's say you want to do interview like a big entrepreneur that you never met before. He doing billions or 9 figures. Like, what's your pitch? Like, I'm Xavier, CEO or founder of Millionaire Mindsets Podcast. We blah, blah, blah. Like, what's your pitch to people?
I always tell people, like, I don't want to know about all your wins, how much money you made, blah, blah, blah. I want to know what's the worst shit you overcame and how did you overcome it?
Yeah.
How it made you feel? What was your mindset when you was going through it? Like, did you give up? Because sometimes with people, it be their divorce. It don't even be nothing about business. It's like, I'm going through a divorce and I'm finna lose everything. It'd be something with the kids. It'd be my mom, my dad died. I got on drugs and lost everything. And that people, that shit touch people differently. When they expressing themselves, telling their story, and when people hear that, because you can see somebody that, like, you hear they made 20 million, 50 million, and you be like, man, that motherfucker ain't nothing like me, because he ain't lived a lot. Like, I'm going through something treacherous. Like, he got it easy. But then you hear their story and you like, damn. His story worse than mine. And he did that. So it's like, I ain't got no reason to be motivated. So that's what I be telling people. Not like, man, I want to know, like, the worst shit, the treacherous shit that you went through as a businessman and entrepreneur. Man,
that's real, man. And you know what's crazy is, people go through something here and there, bro. But when you're going through it all at the same time, bro, that really tests you. That really tests you as a man. Because, like, one question I always wanted to ask people, like, especially like fathers, right? Like, it's like, what's the worst? I'm not going to talk about no off the wall stuff like losing your kid, but like, what's worse is like being broke, you know what I'm saying? Or like not being able to be there for your kid. And for me, I'm going to say broke. And the reason why I say that, bro, is because it's a horrible feeling, bro, not being able to, take care of your kid, bro. Like, they ask for something simple. You be like, shit.
I ain't got
it. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you though. That's damn.
You like, yeah, I could be in your face all day, but as soon as you be like, I want this, we got ramen. You know what I'm saying? Damn. We got a sandwich. Like, it's like, damn, that really question.
Different as a dude.
It hit different because, you know, as a woman, like, man, mommy ain't got it right now. You know, she's making it work. But as a man, it's like, you got to figure it out, bro.
They expecting you to.
They expecting to figure it out, man. And I know, like, you know, we're in a world now to where like women are there's two different types of women. Women are either like being more supportive and understand like, okay, man, got to take care of their mental health. Then the other side of women are like, shit, I don't want no broke ass. I don't want no broke dude, bro. So it's like, damn, man.
It is. We talk about shit like this all the time, especially within our community. It's tough. Like, man, it's a double-edged sword, but you as a dude, you gotta go get it.
Man, you gotta figure it out.
You gotta figure it
out, man. And it puts a lot of pressure on man, you know what I'm saying? And it's like one of those things too, like for you, who do you go to when you feel that pressure? You know what I'm saying? Like when you down, you're like, man, I gotta figure this shit out. Like, is it your wife? You got like a close circle, or you know, you just figure it out yourself?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm more like introverted. I've been like that all my life, for real. It's like when I have issues, I don't really talk to a lot of people about it. I don't even know if that's a good thing. I ain't even saying it as if it's a good thing, but I definitely talk to my wife about it. Yeah, but outside of her, that really be it. I'm gonna pray shit. Not to sound like, you know, some people that might sound cheesy to people, but I'm gonna pray about it more than anything. Like, man. Cause at the end of the day, bro, real talk, 9 times out of 10, you go talking to people about it, people can't help you.
And they can't help you at all.
And 9 times out of 10, they ain't even got no interest in helping you. They just like, damn, that's crazy, bro. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm religious, man, but it's kind of messed up, man, but I was going through some real stuff, man. I hit my mom up. My mom like, damn. You gotta pray about that. Hey, I know that. I'm like, what? I was like, you ain't got no advice?
No, I feel you. I feel
you ain't got nothing on it. Just pray on it, huh?
Hey, what's so crazy? When I was in the military, one of my first and second years in the military, bro, I was struggling. I was having a hard time. I remember calling my mom, venting. She said the exact same shit. I remember just thinking like, I was thinking you about to tell me some secret advice.
Damn. Like something, bro. She was like, man, damn, you gotta pray
about that.
I'm like, all right, ma, you should appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
But then when you get older, you be like, she wasn't lying.
Nah, she wasn't lying, man. It's just sometimes when you in that mode, you like,
when you in that mode, you want to hear somebody really say like some practical stuff. Yeah, you don't want to hear like, I feel you on that.
Man, I want a solution, but I've been learning like, man, honestly for me, and it's May, so, you know, mental health awareness month, man, I've been learning, bro, like, I really got to take breaks, man. Like,
yeah, me too.
You know, I want to get into golf. We'll talk about you know, golfing, but lately, bro, I moved over here by Trinity Grove, so it was like a couple trails, man. I just been getting out there walking, bro, by myself, just outside, just walking, bro, for like an hour, man.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, and it's been healing, man, just to get out there, you know what I'm saying, touch earth, just kind of discover new parts of Dallas I ain't seen before, man, and just be to myself. Cause, you know, all day, bro, I'm serving other people, bro, or like I'm in the middle of the grind. I was like, man, I be needing breaks, bro. So that's been helping me, bro. Like, what made you get into golfing?
Only cause I got in it, I think 2022. I can't even remember. Wow, I might have just been driving by a golf course and was like, I'm the type of person, I see some shit, think like, man, I want to try that. I'm gonna just try it. And then if I like it, it was just really to see if I would like it or not. I got out there. Trash. Well, like my uncle told me, because my uncle been playing golf for like 30 years. He told me like, it just be that one swing that you do something decent that's going to keep bringing you back. Yeah. And that's what it was. I'm trash. And then I did something like, I got to come back. Yeah, and then it's now I'm researching. I'm trying to get better. But for me, like you said, that when you talked about taking walks and stuff, for me, this is like one of my hobbies. I like playing golf, but I also like smoking cigars. And cigars, for me, you smoke cigars?
Yeah, well, not often, but I try to get out every once in a while.
For me, that's one of those things. It's something about a cigar. Yeah. And I even seen Steve Harvey talk about this. He was like, it's something about a cigar that makes a man like reflect. I don't know if it's just going up.
Just like the mood.
It's the mood. And it take about 40, 45 minutes to smoke an entire one unless you just going crazy. And you just sitting there, you just thinking about all these things, what you want to do, what you didn't do, what you failed at, what you could have done better. Like, you just thinking about everything. So that's one of the reasons why I mainly smoke cigars for real. It just get me in that mode. But playing golf too. And golf, it's a networking thing too. You meet all kind of people on the golf course.
Nah, for sure, man. I went to a couple golf tournaments, man. I'd have met, man, CEOs, for executives. Real. I'm trash too, so I was just driving and having conversations. Yeah. But I really want to get out there, man.
We should do it, bro.
Cigar spots too, man. I know that's a lot of great opportunity for networking, man.
It is.
You smoke at the crib or you usually go to
both. I smoke at home, and then I go to cigar lounges all over Dallas. I be going to Monte Cristo. I be going to Cigars International.
Yeah.
I be going to Bishop Arts. I be whatever I like. I like low key cigar lounges. I just chill. Yeah, stick. I be chilling.
Yeah, nah, it do be a vibe, man.
No, I do.
But then it catch up on. I be out there smoking, and they try to get like a little whiskey or something.
Oh yeah. You gotta be careful, bro.
Yeah, they can stick up on you.
Catch up. Yeah. Because I be having my whiskey too. Just all I need is like just one little cup with my cigar. I'm decent. I'm smooth. I ain't trying to get. I'm past that stage. I'm trying to get fucked up.
Nah, for sure.
I ain't trying to do that,
bro. So if you could smoke a cigar, sip on whiskey, and have a conversation with one person in the world, who would it be?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive. Well, give me both, though. I want like somebody actually could attain, and then somebody, you know what I'm saying, who passed away that you wouldn't mind.
Oh, man. That's tough, bro. I don't even... Because this is going to sound messed up. People in my head, they going to... But it's a lot...
Now you gotta say it down, bro.
I was gonna say I'm not really intrigued by a lot of motherfuckers. Yeah. Like it's not a lot of people that I'd be like, I would love to be around that person. It's a lot of people I respect. Like, I love their work. I might love what they represent. But it's like I don't really necessarily care to kick it with them. So that's kind of like I'm trying to really think of somebody that I'm like, man, I would really love to chill with that person and smoke or some or I'm trying to think, bro. Who you?
Man, that's a good question, bro. It got to be somebody who I could sit with for an hour and not just talk about business. Of course we're going to get to business, but like, I just want to you know what I'm saying, just vibe out. So, man, something wants me to say LeBron.
That'll be hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Because LeBron, we see what we see on, but we don't, I'm pretty sure off camera.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a version that... Yeah, it's just a different version.
Yeah, like I want to know the real LeBron.
Yeah.
I want to know the real LeBron because the older he gets, like you see bits of it coming out, but it's like, nah, I want. He's
still containing it. Yeah, you can see it. You can see like he keeping it PG.
Yeah, nah, for sure. So I'll probably say LeBron, and then somebody else. I'll probably say, and this is based just off of the experience that he's had. Mm-hmm. I'll probably say Steve Stout.
That's a good one,
you know what I'm saying? Steve Stout, because you're talking about music industry. Now you're talking about advertising industry, agency model. Now he got United Masters, bro. He's been around for a minute.
He's been around for forever.
The top brands, executives, athletes, connecting culture. So, but I ain't gonna lie though, like I think he's an asshole in real life though.
He probably is.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And I mean it with utmost respect, but I'm just saying, like, I think
right.
I think he's an asshole. So I don't know, like, if the whole hour will go good, but I just want to, you know what I'm saying, sit down, and if he's an asshole, shit, I'm gonna figure out, like, okay, is that what got him to where he's at, bro? Because I'll be so chill, bro. I don't really be giving a fuck, bro. Like,
yeah, me neither. I don't be caring either.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking, because I be doing a lot of research and reading, like, on people that, like, when LeBron was here, we talked about how people throw around the term generational wealth.
Yeah.
But I'd be really intrigued with people that like really did it, like the Waltons and people like.
Yeah.
I feel like older people really got like a bunch of wisdom for real, bro. Like the motherfuckers that's real old. That you gotta think if you 75, 80 years old and you've been up since you was 30.
Yeah.
That's 50 years and running up. For sure.
But do you think whatever they did back then will still work?
It depends. So because we in this digital world, so certain things are just so different. But I feel like in a lot of ways, I was reading an article about how traditional businesses are coming back in style.
For sure. Yeah.
So I think in some ways, a lot of the stuff they did, obviously it's gonna be like little small details that's gonna be differently. But I think the key principles, the main thing, like the habits that they installed themselves as like character-wise. Cause I'll be thinking like these businesses, they working because of who they are and they character. But the invention or the business model is they have messed up character, or I ain't gonna say messed up character, I'll say bad principles. When it comes to business, the shit wouldn't work anyway. So I'll be interested in knowing like shit like that, like how you pull that off. Cause it's a lot of different things that you really gotta overcome.
Nah, that's true. Do you sincerely think anything in life is attainable?
Anything? For anybody? it depends on for who. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think everybody can get everything. But I think for certain people just got it. They might be hustlers. They got the smarts. And I ain't even talking about people that just like college, university educated. Some people that are university educated, they come from maybe a shit background and they just know how to figure shit out and do shit and make shit pop. So I think certain people like that, everything might be attainable for them. But for others, which is most people, no, I don't think.
You don't think so?
I'm not even one of those people that believe like, and this, I'm not one of those people that believe everybody can be rich. I don't think everybody can be rich. I think everybody can be financially stable. Like they can pay their bills on time, but I don't think everybody can have a abundance of money.
So rich what's rich? Like $1 million plus?
Rich to me, I would say starts at either you got $1 million plus or you making 400.
400?
Yeah, a year.
Okay.
That's like, I would say that's like the baseline for somebody that I can say like, man, you especially if you could keep your expenses relatively at a certain pace, like you up.
Nah, for sure.
If you making that not a one-time thing though, you got to be making like a year, at least 5 years, I would say.
Nah, for sure. It's a good point though, because I'm like, man, people say, man, if you put your mind to it and work hard, you can do it. I don't think that model works for everything.
No, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you take out like just the God-given talent, I'm not talking about sports. I'm just talking about in life, bro. Because like, for example, let's say, you talking about the wall. Let's say today I'm like, all right, I want to build a company that competes with Walmart. I mean, do I have the resources?
It's going to be a tough ass task, my boy.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's Walmart. You know what I'm saying? It's Walmart. And then it's like, man, well, in like today's day and age, like, man, like how is that even possible for somebody who's starting off later in the game? Even though, you know, mid-30s isn't too bad, but it's like, bro, I don't have probably the resources. They got 40, 50 years ahead of us, bro. So it's like, or if I want to start like my own airline.
Where the fuck you even start?
Where do you start
to even do that?
You know, so it might be, but I'm like, I just don't think so. Like David Shands actually said this one time from Social Proof Podcast, bro. And I was like, damn, he got a point. He was like, you know, everybody like, I want to be a billionaire. I want to be a billionaire. I want to do a exit at $1 billion or 100 million. He was like, bro, I'm cool with being like a low millionaire, bro. He was like, I don't want to do everything it takes to become a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like the work and sacrifices I have to that it goes along with being a billionaire. He was like, I don't want to do it. So like, I'm cool with being a millionaire. And I'm like, damn, it puts things in perspective. Yeah. Like, do you really want what you say you want? Or is it just popular to say it?
Bro, I tell people all the time, you got to know who you are and be comfortable being in your lane. Like you don't have to like find what's happiness and peace for you. That may not be being a millionaire. Yeah. You may be cool with earning 60, 50,000 a year, your family good. Like I'll be telling people, I'll be like, okay, you want to make $1 million, $10 million. Why?
Yeah.
What's your reason? Like, why do you want all this money? Like, what you gonna do with it? Like, is it just to sit on your ass? Is it just to spend and buy a bunch of shit? Like, why do you want all this money? Yeah. Because for me personally, I'm like, I want a bunch of money because I want a big ass family.
Yeah.
And I want to give away just as much money as I make. I got a philanthropic heart for real. Okay. I like giving bread away and shit. Yeah. So that's why I want a lot of money because I know I could impact way more with money and have way more influence. But you know it. Now I'm glad we're on this topic because it makes me think of something, right?
Yeah.
I was listening to this guy. Like I said, I like listening to old dudes that with bread. He was a Jewish dude. He was like, he caked up. He was like, we don't believe in giving more than 20% of what we got, no matter how much money we got. He was like, it don't matter if you got $1 million or if you got $50 billion. anything over 20%, we don't do it. And then he was like, a lot of people would ask why. He was like, and the reason is we believe that if we are wealthy or rich, God blessed us with this for a reason. And he blessed us with this to have influence and impact. Like that's part of our money. He was like, if we give all of it away, we giving our influence away, which God wants us to have. I was like, damn, I ain't never even heard no shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, he really only asked for 10% anyways. I'm gonna give your 10.
This nigga crazy, man.
You want your 10.
Your 10.
And then shoot, I'm gonna keep this 90. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta keep that bread, bro.
Nah, for sure, bro.
You got it, man, bro. The older I get, the more I'm learning, like, man, I don't need all the shit that people, you would think, like, when you get money, you need this shit.
Bro.
I know you don't need no souped up car. You don't need all the nicest clothes. If you want to keep that shit, gonna have you losing hell of bread, bro.
Man.
It's true that the way you keep your shit is by living simple.
Bro, I'm 1,000% there, bro. Like, ever since I started taking on more expenses, bro, my whole thought process of life has changed, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I think I'm cool with a simpler life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I need all that. Now, do I want it? I want the money to be able to continue to invest, make sure my family's good, bro.
For the options.
But you know what I'm saying? But I'm good with keeping a low key, nice crib, be able to take care of my family, chill car, bro. I don't need a Lamborghini, Ferrari, Range Rover, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, for what? If I really want to experience it, I'll go rent it for a day or something like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all about getting experiences though. I'm down for that.
Me too.
But it's like, man, are you able to get all that, sustain it, and still look out for the future? You know what I'm saying? If not, bro, I enjoy the simple things in life, bro. Like, I enjoy traveling, my family, being around good people, bro. That doesn't take a lot of money to do that.
It don't.
You know?
I'm the same way.
Yeah, so I was telling my people, bro, like, shoot, couple years, bro. I think I told you too, bro. I'm trying to move back to Panama.
Oh yeah, you did.
You know what I'm saying?
That.
Like, cost of living is lower, bro. Like, land is a little more affordable out there, bro. Like, I can build, chill, be with my people. The food is better, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I can still run my business from over there. And it doesn't take a lot to do that, you know what I'm saying? So when you think about what your life really is set out to be and what you want from it, man, that's what I'm saying. You got to get to know yourself. And I know me, like, I'll be cool with living in Panama, bro, and chilling, making, 6 or 7 figures, bro.
I don't think most people need as much as they think to live the life they want.
Nah,
I think people be putting a more on it than what it really is. Because people be thinking they need like millions and millions of dollars to live bro, you don't even, the lifestyle you want don't require that, bro.
No, I don't, man.
Like most people don't want no Lamborghinis and shit. Most people just want a nice place to stay, some decent food they can eat regularly, have their people around, travel here and there. Bro, that don't take what the fuck you think what you think it takes for real.
Yeah. But let me ask you this on the flip side, man. Like, you're successful. You've interviewed a lot of successful people. Do you feel like it's different because you felt a level of success that a lot of people haven't? Like, if you never felt that success, would you still feel this way?
No. I'm being real.
That's real.
I wouldn't. I can only speak like this because I know the feeling personally. If I didn't know it, I would still be thinking. How I think now, bro, is completely different than how I thought 10 years ago, 8 years ago. I would have thought like, nah, I need But then when you experience that, you like, damn.
Yeah.
Man, that shit don't. Because at the end of the day, if you think like that, you kind of letting the money and the status make you. You supposed to already be who you are anyway, with or without the shit. The money is just a plus, a cherry on the top, to help you out and do certain things. But that don't make you, bro. If you feel like you dissatisfied, because even when I was broke, I wasn't no sad ass, depressed ass, dissatisfied with life type of dude. I was still optimistic, still enjoyed myself, woke up happy every day, all that shit. And if you that type of person, I'm gonna keep it real. If you that type of person, when you broke, you gonna be the same way when you got bread.
Yeah.
The bread ain't gonna change it. It's just gonna magnify it and make your depression even more greater and shit. But you're gonna have, because you're gonna be doing more bullshit. You're gonna probably be drinking more, doing more drugs or whatever your vice is.
Nah, for sure.
So that's how I see it. That's why I see it like this way now, for real.
Nah, that's real. I think everybody just chases like, man, they want their millionaire status.
Yeah.
Right? So, okay, for you, what makes a millionaire? Because some people be like, finessing because they have like $1 million in assets. You know what I'm saying? Do you think a millionaire is $1 million in assets? They touched $1 million like within a calendar year. they have $1 million, like they're liquid $1 million, like it's probably not a wrong answer, but like what makes a millionaire?
To me, it's simple because I'm gonna be real. You can have $1 million cash, but you can have 20 million in debt. It's like, is he really a millionaire? you really ain't.
Damn.
Even though you got $1 million cash. Yeah. So to me, I look at it as like, it is assets, but I think it's assets that's real. When I say real, it's not some shit like some people be pulling shit out their ass. Like, it ain't like, bro, who buying that? Like, what you mean this worth $1 million? Yeah. Like, obviously, if you got real estate, you got stocks, you got crypto, you got a real tangible business that you can got evaluated, that you can really sell. Because some people got business, they're like, yeah, my business is worth 10 million. Yeah. But it's like, where you get that number? Did somebody offer you 10 million for it? With somebody like, well, you just kind of made that up for real. So I think it's simple to me. Like, that's what makes a millionaire. It's hard to say you can have assets and no money in your bank account, even though technically you are. But at the same time, like I said, you got $1 million in the bank account and be in debt. 10 million. You not no millionaire. Yeah. You owe more than you owe more than what you got. I know somebody that was in debt $50 million, bro. And
did they have anything liquid or they have any money liquid or what?
No, I don't think so, bro. They just randomly came to my mind. Think about it. I know a nigga that's in debt 50 M's and this man be out kicking it. And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, what
I couldn't sleep. 50 M's?
Like, nigga, that's probably why he kicking and drinking. That's probably why. But to me, that's what makes a millionaire. It's just if your debt is lower, if your assets and cash is more than $1 million, in comparison to your debt. Yeah. Okay. That simply to me makes you a millionaire.
Okay. And I know some people finesse like they be like, bro, I got a 7-figure business. I feel like it has to be in the calendar year though. They may do 400 this year, 600 the year before. So is that $1 million or is it?
And even if you made it, did you spend it?
Oh,
did you keep it? That don't like.
They made $1 million and probably kept 15%, 150 of it.
That's like saying because you got a 6-figure job, your net worth 6 figures. Yeah. That don't mean your net worth 6 figures because you make six figures the same with $1 million. You ain't a millionaire because you make $1 million or you made $1 million, but you got $1 million was you able to keep $1 million, whether it's in assets or liquid in your account. That's just simply how I see it.
Man, I remember I asked who was it? It was this lady who owns a funeral home, man. And I was like, how'd it feel to touch $1 million? Because she said she had like $1 million
cash
at one time. And she was like, man, that day or like that moment, like a couple hours, she was like, I felt great. Like, it was like, man, I accomplished it. And then it was like,
nothing.
It was nothing.
No, that's real.
After that, I'm like, damn. People work so hard for that. Then it was like, she was like, it was nothing. It's just like another number in your account. Like, and I'm like, damn. I get it because when I first seen like 6 figures in my account, I was lit for a little bit. I'm like, that's for the same.
Yeah, it's you. Bro, that's what we saying. Like, you think like, man, it's gonna be this, but it ain't really you. That's when you realize like, damn, money is very important. Yeah, but this shit is just money. It's just like I heard somebody say this a long time. They say it's just really it's a scoreboard. That's all money is. It's keeping score. Yeah. That's all it's keeping score in your life, tallying and everything, tallying what you're doing as far as your production. That's all it's doing. So when I looked at it like that, I'm like, man, this shit just a piece of paper. Yeah. Like the most money I didn't have in my hands at once is 100,000. Yeah. And like what she told you, the rush, like, but after an hour, you like, this shit just some money. Yeah. It's just some paper. Some numbers, even if it's in your account, it's just you just looking at numbers.
It's just numbers.
But at the same time, with that being said, because we saying and we looking at it like it ain't really mean nothing, but at that same time, the fact that it don't mean nothing is why you shouldn't be scared to get it. Because a lot of people see money as this huge, big old ghost. Yeah. Like, man, it's just like, bro, it's just numbers. It's just numbers. This shit ain't nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all it is. That you shouldn't be intimidated by it. You shouldn't be scared to talk about it. You shouldn't be scared to go out there and go get it. Yeah. All it is numbers.
Nah, that's real. That's real, man. If you had to start all over today and do it all over again, how would you do it this time? I'm talking about from a blank slate. Like right now, you 0-0. You know You know what I'm saying? Like you got to start today. What would you build? Would you build another podcast, another 7-figure podcast? Would you start in real estate? What would you start your focus on? What would you build?
Bro, and this gonna sound crazy to some people, but I gotta keep it real. I'll go get a job.
Okay.
That would be my first thing. I would go get a job.
Yeah.
I would have a plan. I would map out about 24-month plan.
Okay.
I would go get a job, and I would find a way to stack all the money that my job is paying me. And while I'm doing this, I'm gonna be studying markets, studying different industries, learn like how can I start a business here or penetrate a specific industry. Then I will pick an industry after I stack some money for about a good 18 months. Okay. And I will go all in, and that will be my exit to my job, whether it's insurance, real estate, but I would start with a job. Just because when you ain't got no money, you gotta trade something, and that trade gonna be your time. So I'm gonna have to give my time to a company in exchange for some bread. But while I'm doing that, on a lot of these jobs, you could be learning, bro.
For sure.
You could be sitting at that desk or whatever you doing, learning. And then not only that, bro, you could get certified in certain things within 6 months and get a job in it making 60, 70,000. So that's the route I would go right now, like starting from ground zero with nothing.
That's what's up. You think you do the podcast all over again too?
See, the podcasting, the thing is, if I started a podcast from ground zero, I would have to be even more aggressive than I was. And it would be way harder because I had a competitive advantage. It wasn't so many. So you would have to be more flamboyant. You would have to say more wildest things to get the attention. I would have to say a lot of bullshit. I'm going to have to come on and be like, you know what? Y'all, like every day I'm going to have to be, I'm going to have to just say crazy things to grab the attention. I wouldn't even want to do it. Yeah. I wouldn't want to do it. In the podcasting space for real, if you ain't famous, you ain't no celebrity these days, if you want to pop, why you think all these podcasts talking about relationships? Man. They all talking about the same shit.
Nah, for sure.
You be like, man, why y'all ain't talking about science or politics or nature or something about animals or some shit? Why everybody talking about relationships? Y'all ain't even in no fucking relationship.
That's why they talk about it, bro. They just talk about shit they think people want to hear, bro, so they can get the views, bro.
Bro, with that being said, though, I feel like we got this thing, right, where it's a lot of people. We talk about money. There's a lot of people talking about theories, bro. And I feel like when you coming up, I'm saying this specifically for the people that's coming up, that's trying to build, you got to be very careful about listening to people understanding the distinction between somebody that's actually did some shit and somebody that's telling you a theory on what they think, or how it go, or how it work, or how this feel. You got to figure that out because a motherfucker with a theory will send you off. Yeah. They'll send you clean off. You thinking something, you like, man, this nigga don't even know. He just saying what he think, how he think it go for it. That ain't really how it go. And somebody that's in the know with deep details, it's gonna be a different level of knowledge and education. But you got to figure out who those people is and pay attention to them for real. Because on the internet, bro, I heard somebody say this, and I feel like it's the hardest shit I heard, bro. They was like discernment is not knowing. Hold on, I want to make sure I get this shit right. It was like, because everybody talk about having discernment. It was like discernment is not knowing the difference between what's right and what's wrong. Discernment is knowing the difference between what's right and what's almost right. Because it's a lot of shit, bro. That's like it sound good, and if you go that route, you hitting a brick wall just because it sounded really good. But then it sounded real close to the real thing. So you got to be able to have that discernment to know the difference. Because it's easy to be like, that's bullshit, that's right. But it's hard to be like, damn, that might be right.
Sound like that could be right.
And I feel like that's wisdom right there, knowing that difference. Like now I'm at the, I feel like that's easy for me now. Like, that's some bullshit.
And listening to that intuition, man, like I feel like a lot of time, bro, we be knowing like deep down inside, but we be wanting to believe that we'll talk ourselves into that shit. We're like, man, buddy did it. He did it. It's cool. I'm gonna do it. Knowing deep down inside, bro, like if you over here thinking about all these people that did it, you know it ain't right, bro. You you try to like lie to yourself, like shit, he did it. I can do it right.
No, you're right. And that's a good point.
That's how it happens, man. So it's like if you don't immediately like, oh, that's it. then bro, that's where that discernment kicks in.
Yeah, you gotta talk yourself into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Damn, you right, bro. I ain't never looked at it that way.
Yeah,
so the moment you convincing yourself, yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. And we always go back to this, bro, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. That situation where I lost money, bro, had me thinking, bro, like, bro, maybe I ain't supposed to have money. You know what I'm saying?
And it make you question yourself, huh?
Yeah, because it's like, bro, how you work hard, bro, to get here and then lose it on some fugaziness. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. Like, there's different Ponzi schemes where people have been in that's like, okay, they were in that industry. They kind of, you know what I'm saying? It was I could see how it happened. But it's like, bro, you worked this hard. Like, why didn't you just focus on what you was doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like, can I go back to earlier what I said? I don't know if it was just greed. I don't know what it was. I think if I was trying to like speed up, you know what I'm saying, my success rate and doing that, just, you know, I'd have messed myself out of, you know what I'm saying, all my success, bro. Well, not all my success, but at that time, right? So I think that has a lot to do with it too. Like really being tunnel vision and focus, bro. Like don't worry about the shiny things on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like go all in on this. And when all this is right where you want it to be, then go back to like what you said, do your research or due diligence, study and penetrate a new market, bro. Instead of just like throwing money at a situation and expecting, you know, like,
that's real.
You know, I'm gonna say get rich quick scheme with
L's will make you doubt yourself, like what you just said. It'll make you question like yourself, like, damn, am I really who I think I am and shit like that? But like as my mom would say, she'd be like, boy, that's the devil, boy. Don't believe him.
Not for sure.
Yeah, he thinking some shit like, man, because at the end of the day, you did it. Yeah. The fact that you did it once shows that you can do it again and you can do it. And we talked about this before. I feel like that certain things. Now how I look at it, I'm kind of glad it happened just because how I was living.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't happen, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what would have happened because I ain't gonna lie, I was wilding.
Yeah, I was at the country every 3 months.
You know what I'm saying? I was, bro, like how you talked about ordering them 100 shots. That's how I met, and people was living every day, kicking it. So I don't, if stuff kept going like that, I don't know what would happen. So that could have just been a correction that I needed. So that's how I look at it now, because now my life is way more better, peaceful. You got the bread back, so it's like, damn, maybe that's just what I needed.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Man, that's real. It's kind of loose to, you know, something I want to use to tie this all up, bro. So one thing I always say on my stories or sometimes when I'm really like in my grind is like, if you want it, go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's how I feel. If you want something, just go get it. Figure it out, bro. What has been something that you really wanted in life that you really had to grind for and you achieved it?
Damn. Bro, it's so many things, bro. Like, you, as far as moments where you was like, damn, I've been, like, one, I would say, and I ain't even like, cause I ain't the type of person that be like super, like, pressed or like, when I'll give you a quick story. Like, when my boy, he came, we was in the military together, started from ground zero, broke no bread. He came out to see me. He came out to my crib. He was like, damn, bro, like, I'm really proud of you. Like, this is a nice ass crib, bro. He was like, bro, and you be so cool and nonchalant, like it's not a big deal. But I'm like, no, it is. Cause when I got it, that was one of those moments where I'm like, damn, bro. Yeah. Like coming from where I come from, like the house I grew up in, it was like 1,100 square feet. You know what I'm saying? Me and my two brothers and both my parents, you know what I'm saying? One bathroom in the crib and all that. I ain't trying to, it was a regular crib. I ain't trying to make it sound, because just in case my parents see this, I don't want them to think I'm shitting on my upbringing. That's not what I'm doing now. I'm just giving context. So when I do some of the stuff I'm doing now, I do be like, damn, like with my business, hitting certain money goals, buying my crib. But not to sound cheesy, don't nothing hit like, now that I got a kid, I'm a father, and having my family, don't nothing hit like that, bro. That's a feeling that I can't even describe, and which is why I talked about this on Twitter. Like recently, I don't even be talking about money as much as I used to. I'll be talking about like building your family, building the legacy, your bloodline, and all that shit. Because I realized, like, bro, like about 2 years ago, I realized, like, especially like in the Black community, we talk about money all the time. Like, you can get all this money, but if you ain't got your family intact, what the fuck you doing it for? Like I said, ain't no generational wealth, but there ain't no generation coming after you. that you didn't raised up and gave them a blueprint. So that's why I'll just be talking about, hey, don't shit here like that. To me personally, that's like that be the moments for me when I see my daughter and she getting bigger and she be saying certain shit. And
that's real.
I'll be like, dang, that shit make me happy more than anything.
Nah, that's real, man. I don't think people talk about it enough, bro, is, I feel like there's other communities, bro, to where like they do get married earlier in their life, bro, and they build like that family together. And that's one thing I would say in my life that I'm I ain't gonna say upset, but that I wish I would have did was because I had, I got an older daughter. My daughter's 17, you know what I'm saying? So I started young, but I didn't have that family, you know what I'm saying? So like I only had her summers, weekends, stuff like that. And it's like, man, I didn't really get to like raise her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as a man, if you're not raising, like if you're not there every day raising them, it's hard to have like an input or say on like how you want them raised because you're not the one there. Just giving money isn't raising the child. You know what I'm saying? It's supporting a child. Supporting and raising a child is two different things. You know what I'm saying? So
that's real.
I wish I would have had more hands-on opportunity raising because there's things I wanted in my daughter's life that when she was with me for like the 2 or 3 years that she did live with me, I was able to, get her into. But then after that, I didn't have to say so. So it's like, man, the way she was, came up, I didn't get a chance to raise. Girl, amazing girl, you know what I'm saying, beautiful girl, smart, but it's still like I didn't really get my hands on like I want to. So as a man, I would definitely say like kind of like what you alluded to, bro, is like having a family and being able to raise your family and do it together is, is a positive thing. It's one of those things that you can't put a price tag on.
Hell no,
bro.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying? That's really
real. That's real wealth right there.
Yeah.
And it hit different when we not around, bro. It hit like my daughter only 2, and it be little shit like I could not be around for a couple hours. Like before I got here, I was on the phone with her.
Yeah.
And my wife, she telling me like, I had to get on her. She was talking about some no and trying to run away.
Yeah.
She don't do that with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, she trying her. Oh, she only 2 and she trying her, bro. So I'm like, imagine if I was not around for 8, 9, 10 a year. Yeah. How different she would be as a person. So I'd be like, damn, that's shit. Then I think like we talk about like our community, I think we kind of got it backwards as far as like how we do go about that. Cause we kind of see it like, I'm gonna get all this money. I'm gonna do this, da 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 da. And then I'm gonna, get the woman and build a family. Yeah. Where I think it should be the other way around, where we should probably do those things earlier. And that's what's gonna help you hit those goals.
Nah, that's real.
That's how I see it. Like that's what helps when you got the right woman in your corner that's actually helping you with your mission and stuff. And then you got the kids that's that fuel for you.
For sure.
I feel like you're gonna have more like fire than somebody that ain't got no responsibility.
Yeah. But I agree. But the only thing with that though is like kind of like how you said the right woman, because what I mean by that is like when you're that early on and you're not already established, she has to help you, bro. Like I feel like even in this day and age, bro, having a one income household is tough, bro.
Bro, you can't even do it, bro.
You can't do it. And I don't know what these women are thinking, bro. Like they
get a finesse, bro.
Bro, you want the man to take care of the house, take care of you, go on trips 2-3 times a year, buy you all the stuff, save money and invest with whose money? How's he gonna do all that? How you gonna do all that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to no 50-50 conversation. I'm not doing it. And I don't believe in that neither. But I'm saying if I'm a man and I'm taking care of the mortgage, household, can we invest with your money?
Bro.
Can we travel on maybe with your money?
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause how we gonna build wealth and take care of a family if it's all on me?
Bro, the easiest, in my opinion, this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
The easiest way to get rich today is by the dual income method.
For sure.
Especially if y'all ain't got no kids. Because think about it like this. They say the average, I think the average Black American make like $45K a year, something like that. $45K a year, you by yourself. You get a man, let's say he make $45K a year.
Yeah.
Y'all immediately at 90.
Yeah.
You know how life changing that is to go from making $45,000 a year to making 90. Now you could breathe now. You probably could take more PTO
for sure,
or take more vacations. Or say, you know what, this job didn't stress me the hell out for the past year. I want to take a break from work for 2 months and find a new job. You can't do that when it's just you on 45K, because if you take that break, you're going to be out on the street homeless.
Nah, facts.
So when I be seeing people talk about that, like, man, I need X, Y, and Z, I'll be like, bro, y'all getting finesse. Y'all ain't going to never Fuck wealth. Y'all ain't gonna never have financial stability, period. Because the cost of living is just keep going up.
It's too high.
It's way too high for a single person on average income to survive in this economy. That's just flat out.
Man, you want us to take care of all of us? Man, this is something I started with my girl. She a lot younger than me, bro, but just for me to be able to, make sure that we both going in together, like I make her give me $100 a week. It ain't a lot of money, but it's $100 a week.
That's $400 a month.
Yeah, and I match that like with a 50 extra. So she give me 100 and I match with 150. So that way at the end of the month, it's 1,000. You know what I'm saying? And I put that up and that way at the end of the year, it's $12K. Now that $12K is like, okay, what we doing? We can keep this going, or you know what I'm saying? We can invest like later on into like a property or something. But at least now I know we both invested in this. You know what I'm saying? And if God forbid something happens, we break up, shit, you take, you know what I'm saying? You take your portion, I take my portion, and at least we up with something instead of just us going on trips, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? At least we're building a foundation together. Like if you could do more as a couple, if you could do more, if y'all could put more money in, then do that. But I'm just saying that started with that, and that's been able to help and show that hey, we both in this together.
Y'all investing into something. So yeah, bro, I did a clip on Instagram where I talked about like the easiest way to get rich if you're in a relationship. And this kind of go back to the question you asked me. This is what I would do if I was young and single and trying to build from ground zero. I would be, getting my information, building up, but I would find somebody that's ideal, think like me. Obviously somebody I'm attracted to. I can see somebody, if you're already in a relationship with this person, cool, you already there.
Yeah.
And then if they make 50, I make 50, we sitting down, yo, look, I'll pay all the bills. I'll do everything. You save all your money. We're going to put this in an investment account. We're going to work. We're going to do this for 5 years. Your 50 bands, we're going to save all of it for 5 years. Over 5 years, how much is that? What, 250?
250.
You put that in an investment account, it ain't going to be 250 no more.
Yeah.
It's going to be over 300.
Yeah.
And y'all, let's say you start this at 21. This by the time you 26.
Yeah.
Y'all got 300 bands.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Simple, bro.
Especially if but you got to sacrifice. You ain't going to be you ain't going to be able to do this going out every weekend, buying designer. You got to be willing to be like, yo, this is a plan. We sacrificing. It's only the time going to fly by anyway. Yeah. You're going to look up, bro, I'm 31. I was 21. That shit feel like a couple weeks ago.
Facts.
So the time going to fly by. Yeah. So that's what, bro, if you do that for 5 years, you up 250, 300. Imagine if you did it for 10. Yeah. By the time you 30, you up $500,000 liquid.
But you know what? That takes patience and discipline. Are they going to be patient enough and disciplined enough
to do that?
And I'm not even gonna say this for the women and the guys at young. You can't be looking to your left and your right when you're doing something like this, bro. You got to be locked in because you don't see your friend to the left, in Mexico, DR, Colombia, or going to Nick and Sam's, Winston Prime, Roost Chris. You're gonna be like, man, we could take out $400-500 and go to Monarch.
Yep.
That's not the plan right now.
Because you do it once, now you exposed to it. Yeah. Now you want to jump and do it again. You want to do it more frequent. That's gonna hit that pocket more than you think. That shit add up quick, boy. Nah. So like you said, it's going to do this. Yeah. It's simple as hell, but it's gonna take a lot of sacrifice, a lot of dedication, a lot of somebody that's got on the same thing as you. You ain't gonna be able to do this with somebody where you forcing them to.
Nah, for sure. They gotta be
like, if you 6 months in, you gotta be like, no, this shit ain't gonna work for 5 years. It gotta be somebody that's really locked in, that's like, no, I'm trying to get rich. I want to get right. I want to build a family so we could pass assets down.
Nah, like, for sure.
You could really do it. And like I said earlier, the theory shit. Yeah. The reason I'm saying this because I did it.
Yeah. Nah, true.
You know what I'm saying? I did it. When me and my girl got together, I was 21. I sat down like, yo, this is what we doing. She like, bet. We did that shit.
That's for real.
And that was before I started the podcast. Like people don't know this. Before I started my podcast, I had bread. That's why I started it.
Like I'm up.
But that was the strategy that we took. Like, I'm paying all the bills, all our expenses. We gonna eat good. Rent gonna be good. Like car notes, I'm paying for everything. Your bread, we gonna put here, stack it up, invest it. Boom. This is what we doing.
No, that's real. Salute to your wife too for trusting the vision and being disciplined and locked in, bro. A lot of girls, man, like I said, they start looking left and right.
They start looking,
man, that's my homegirl getting flued out, or like, man, don't worry about that. How long that's gonna last? We building something worth a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So no, that's solid, bro. But last question I got for you, bro, man. This was a good episode, man. But last question I got for you, man, is, you had a lot of great conversations, not just about money, but about family, life with solid individuals, bro. What's one thing that all the podcast interviews you've done, all the people you met in life, bro, what's one takeaway that you like, man, I remember from this conversation, I always think about this?
Man, I'm gonna tell you some real shit, because this is some shit I just heard recently. Yeah. It's a couple things, but this one stuck it into my mind. Yeah. And I was talking to somebody, and he was alluding to the Bible. And he was like, Adam had a mission before Eve came into existence. Mm. And when he said it, I'm like, he didn't even have to say the rest. I picked up what he was putting down. Yeah. He was just saying, as a man, you gotta have some priority. You gotta have a purpose. You gotta, before you even get a woman. Yeah. And then when you get a woman, that still gotta be the priority. Yeah. She just gotta be somebody. Eve was a helpmeet. She gotta be somebody that supports and here to help you push your mission forward. Mm. And when I'm thinking, because I'm like, that's true. When Adam, God gave him land, dominion over the land, a job, worked the land, and all. This is before Eve even existed. Before he had a woman, he had some work that he had to do. So as a man, and this specifically to men, you gotta, before any woman come to place, and when you got a woman, you gotta keep that in mind. Because so many times, us as men, we'll get lost in some coochie for real. You'll lose your way. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You'll lose your way. The girl look good enough. You know what I'm saying? You in it. You be like, you eating good. You start kicking. You like this. You forget, like, shit, I'm good. I'm eating lamb chops, mashed potatoes. I'm getting some every night. My life is good. You kind of get off on your purpose a little bit. That's just kind of human nature. But you got to remember that your purpose, your mission, it always come first. That's what's gonna keep you living, first of all. But that's gonna everything else gonna fall in line if that part is in line. Man. And then find somebody or just embracing somebody that know that, understand that, and accept it. Not somebody that's gonna fight against it. And you know what I'm saying? Because if you gotta fight something that don't even understand it, it's always gonna be, why you working so much? Man. Why you doing this? Why you doing that? And that shit like oil and water when it comes to business. You ain't gonna be able to get nothing done if you always got somebody in your ear. You come home, she think you was out cheating, you was working. Whew, like, that shit ain't.
Bro, that's a whole nother podcast. It's a whole nother podcast. But nah, that's real, bro. And I find myself sometimes getting caught up in that, back in different days, bro. I was like, man, shit, you don't work as hard. You trying to go home and get laid up.
You trying to lay up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I got some new. Hey. You got to stick to the mission.
You got to stick to the mission.
If she a real one, she gonna be there when you get off. If you got to work a 14-hour day, she gonna be there at the crib waiting on you.
Facts.
Maybe, hopefully have like a meal prepared or something. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So you got to lock in, bro.
Or maybe even a new idea that you ain't even thought of, or something like, hey, I know this is what you're doing. I think this could help you.
Man, for sure.
Because what benefits you is going to benefit her. The woman is the greatest beneficiary of your greatness. She the one that's like, your girl that's next to you, she the one that's going to benefit from all the dope things that you doing. I don't give a fuck about no new clothes, new shoes. Yeah. The women do.
Facts.
When I'm up and got it, who getting it? Yeah. She getting it. Facts. I don't give a fuck. She getting a new car, the new crib, all new person she want. Mm-hmm. It's her. I could be in a white tee. As long as my shoes clean.
Facts.
We good.
Nah, that's real. That's kind of how I do my milestone. Like, hey, shit, I hit this milestone. Shit, where you want to go?
She been like, bro, they got that joke. They be like, man, a dude to have a 1-bedroom apartment, a beach chair, a TV sitting on the floor. Yeah. That's because we so simple, like, we don't need a lot.
I don't need much.
We don't need much. So when we do get up and we got all these things, whatever woman we with, she the one that's finna get treated, get flooded with everything.
Nah, that's real. The woman gonna love this. We're gonna love clipping this up. We're gonna love this, man. Ace, man, I appreciate your time, bro. And every time we get together, man, it's a good conversation, man. Yeah. Leave your info. People can follow you and tune in to the top business podcast on all platforms right now, man.
I appreciate that, bro, for real, man. Anytime we lock in, we always do dope things. So I definitely appreciate it. And you guys can find me on all platforms at the Millionaire Mindsets Pod, and I'm at Xavier C. Miller. That's on all platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, X, everywhere, man.
Nah, for sure. Y'all tap in. My guy doing some really solid things. Man, got some dope interviews on there. Man, go watch a masterclass and learn something. Y'all can follow us on COSIGN Mag on Twitter, X, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff, man. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, y'all take it easy.